Well, last night I was watching Northwest News on the BBC, and they covered a story about Warburton's bakery in the Northwest, finest bakery that there is. And over a number of years, they've had different celebrities in their adverts. Funny things like Peter Kay, Olivia Cole, various other people. I think they've got Arnold Schwarzenegger, and this time they've got Morgan Freeman, that distinguished actor with a remarkable voice. Now, I believe that from what Jonathan Warburton, head of the company, said, that I think they had to use 17 crumpets in the takes, and the premise is that Morgan Freeman didn't know what a crumpet was. How could he not know what a crumpet was? Warburton's crumpets are the finest that you can buy. And anyway, that's the premise of the funny bit in it, where he's doing the voiceover, etc. And 17 crumpets. Amazing. Now, I've been eating Warburton's crumpets for years and years and years. I've had the pleasure of eating a Warburton's crumpet when someone else has done it and they put butter on it, they put rather too much, and it's come out and it's gone on my whiskers, which can cause a bit of a problem. What annoys me, though, is nobody thought from Warburton's or agents acting on their behalf, we'll have Jim Wood. We'll have him do this year. Yes, we know he's a Brummie, but that doesn't really matter. He's living in the Northwest, and he's lived here more years in the Northwest than he lived in Birmingham. So why don't we have him in? Give him a chance. No call at all. Nobody got in touch with me. My agent, if she's still living, didn't pick up the phone and say, Jim, how about this? You fancy having a go at this? You like a Warburton's Crumpet, don't you? Yes, with crunchy peanut butter on it, or a very nice conserve. That's another name for a very posh jam. But no, I didn't even get the chance. And you know, all the crumpets, and I dread to think how many I've eaten down the years, and I've never even had an invitation to have a trip round the factory. Now, I've seen Paddy McGuinness on television. I'm sure he went to Warburton's and he was probably besieged with, goodies and whatnot. But I've not had that offer. I mean, I'd been to Cadbury's when I was a child in Birmingham, in Bourneville. Went on a trip to Cadbury's, and that was very interesting. Going back when chocolate was about sixpence a bar, something like that, 6 old pennies a tanner. But anyhow, I've not been invited this year, so I'll have to just keep my fingers crossed and see if Jonathan Warburton sees the error of his ways, and next year he maybe chooses me. And if he don't want to choose me, he could choose Jasper Carrot, couldn't he? Good fellow Brummie, Jasper Carrot, say something very funny, or even Uncle Roy, and he could have some of his hair attachments, etc. And I'm certain he'd be enjoying a Warburton's Crumpet anyway. He's probably eaten them on tour, etc. But I know that he's appeared in a few adverts for various products down the year, including Argos one year. And we all know what happened to Argos, don't we? Because they ended up in Sainsbury's. So think on, Mr. Warburton, and consider me next year.